You're watching BionicDance. Don't run on automatic, instead, please think.
To sum it all up, the first commandment, you shall fear, love, and trust in God above all things. Really, it's just that idolatry makes life harder.
Let's ride right past the part where it's implied that idolatry is the only option besides Christianity, and look at the part where we should abandon our idols because believing in them is more difficult. Who cares if it's true? Believe in Jesus because it's easier. Right. Let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Today we're looking at Higher Things Incorporated, which is just a silly thing to name your Lutheran channel when states are legalizing recreational marijuana. But okay. Still, I suppose it fits, given how out there his argument about why we should be part of his religion happens to be.
You have to spend so much more time and energy just worrying about stuff. Inside of the first commandment, when God is the thing that you fear, love, and trust above all things, it's easier.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think we can spend our lives waiting to live, so I like to expend as little effort as necessary on the requirements of living in order to spend far more time just having fun. But does easier really describe religion? Belief comes with responsibilities and obligations, even, he said it himself, fear. Infinite punishment for a finite indiscretion is a terrifying concept, if you take it seriously as a possibility. But even if belief is easier, I think whether or not it's true matters a great deal more. If life is going to suck, I want to know about it so I can put up any necessary defenses, not pretending the truth of something because it's comforting. I mean, who do you want with you in that foxhole? The guy praying, or the guy actually doing something to ensure everybody gets out in one piece?
Look, it's really just this simple. If the thing that you fear, love, and trust in above all things is a car, well, then you're going to have to spend a lot of time worrying about it. You're going to have to make sure that it works, because if you're without that car, you are without everything. But if the most important thing is God, well, then the car is just something that He gives to you.
As opposed to, say, you having a job, taking out a loan, and buying the damn thing, having it maintained and inspected and washed, all costing money as well. I'd hardly call all of that burden a gift from God. And where does the easier part come in? God or no God, all that stuff is gonna happen. The only way it could possibly be easier, and purely emotionally, is if you close your eyes and don't think about it. Which is actually inviting disaster, being blindsided by any calamity that may come your way.
You can recognize where these gifts come from, and then you can just stop worrying so much. You can say that these gifts that God gives us, they're great, but they're God-given, so we don't have to worry about them. He has to worry about them.
So what would happen if we put in no effort at all? Am I still going to get that car somehow? And what about those starving kids in third world countries? Where's God's gift to them? I'm sorry, but this whole thing smacks of first world privilege coupled with wishful thinking and confirmation bias. Giving God credit for your own good fortune is like saying your birthday candle's wish came true when you get the present you wanted, as if no human agency could possibly claim sole responsibility, no God required.
But then, when we're done with the car, we can just leave it there and trust that God's going to have to take care of us with or without it.
And what about the people whose job it is to haul that abandoned car into a scrapyard somewhere? Aw, just leave it for them. It's no responsibility of mine. Those guys with the tow truck who I'm not paying are God's gift to me.
This is a call to focus on the law not just as a once-a-week guilt trip on Sunday. Not just to deal with it, feel bad, know that Jesus died for us, and then jump back into whatever else we were into before so that we can feel bad the next week. But as something that actually makes life a lot easier.
Which may explain the popularity of religion, but as appealing as that sounds, I'd rather have reality. At least then I know I'm not taking good fortune for granted, and if I get hit by hardship, it won't be because I wouldn't let myself see it coming, assuming a God would take care of it for me. Sure, it's more work, but having to pick up the pieces after getting blindsided sounds a lot less pleasant. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please, think.
should have rated, unsubscribed. Oh.